You've got Reservations on Lightning 100. Hello, this is Casey flying solo today, but flying solo at Mangia. We're at 701 Craighead, and we're joined right now by Nick Pellegrino. Nick, thanks for having us out here today.
Thanks for coming today.
So one of the first things, the idea behind Mangia kind of started, was it in 2011 as kind of a pop-up? Is that what you were doing?
2011 as a pop-up out in Franklin.
Okay.
I was in the music business my whole life. That's why I was in Nashville to begin with. And about, that time I was a little done with the music business.
Mm-hmm.
Too much business, not enough music. Not why I got into it.
Right.
I wasn't passionate about it. And I came up with this idea to do this big Italian feast, and was fortunate to have a friend who had a place that was closed on Saturday nights. He said, let's just try it here. And it just took off. We did it one night, and everybody was like, you guys need to do this. This is great. And it just evolved and grew from 40 people to 50 to 60. 3 weeks after we started doing the pop-up, we were sold out every Saturday for the next 3 to 4 months.
Oh, wow.
Just on word of mouth, which was just insane to me. I didn't even know what a pop-up was.
Well, and I was going to ask, if you were in the music business, did you have experience with putting together a big feast, or is this just kind of learning as you go?
Well, I had a little experience with that in New York, where I grew up. I'm from Staten Island, New York. I had just gotten off the road from a tour that I did, and had a few months off, and bumped into a buddy of mine from high school who was a professional chef. He knew that I loved to cook. He says, hey, teach me how to play the guitar. I'll teach you how to be a chef. I'm like, okay, let's go. So that whole relationship evolved into us having a catering business. I did that for a couple of years, then moved to Nashville. And then before I was making money in music, I just cooked.
Yeah.
It was always a cooking job in Nashville. And, I found great places to be where they still let me have that music part of who I am.
Right.
And it was very conducive. Of course, this town is the best for that.
Yeah.
Everybody's a songwriter. It's like LA. Every waiter is the next,
everybody's an actor, or a
everybody's
screenwriter.
An actor,
right?
and a screenwriter here. Everybody's a songwriter, producer, and so it was a perfect place.
Well, and I think too, when you look at restaurants and you look at kitchens and you look at people who are in the music business, there's a lot of similarity, I think, between those personalities.
Absolutely, yeah. And what the great thing about what we do and what I've been doing with Mangia for all these years is I'm still entertaining people, and that's really what feeds my soul. Feeding people is great, and I love the response we get when somebody just enjoys a dish so much. But to see them smile and laugh and get up and sing and be happy and dance and say, I haven't danced since our wedding, 30 years ago.
Right.
For that feeds my soul so much. I always tell people, you come in here and you leave full and fulfilled, and it's just. So there's still entertaining going on. People
Right.
still clap for me. So I dig that.
Nice.
I dig that part of it.
That's you're just craving the applause. Is that?
That's it. I'm an applause whore. That's me.
I feel your pain, Nick. I understand a thing or two about that. Hanging out with Nick Pellegrino here at Mangia 701 Craighead. Now, how long have you been in this space?
We've been here 3 years in March, celebrate our 3-year anniversary. And, on Friday and Saturday nights, we still do that big feast here, which is just, that's never going to go away.
And you say that Mangia is basically, it's like 2 restaurants in one, is it not?
Pretty much, yeah. So we do that big feast thing on Friday and Saturday. And then during the week, Monday through Thursday, it's just more of a traditional Italian focacceria. We base everything off our focaccia breads. And there's pizzas and pastas and salads and great desserts. And the cool thing is everything on the menu can be ordered gluten-free.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. And it's basically everything you have it either is gluten-free or everything can be made that way. Is that correct? That's
absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah. My wife has had celiac disease for 9 years now.
Oh, wow.
Actually was diagnosed right before I started doing the pop-up. So I feel the pain of going to a restaurant and not being able to eat things that everybody else is having on the menu. So I never wanted anybody to walk in here and have that feeling that they were missing out on something.
Right.
So, literally when she was first diagnosed, we'd go out to dinner and she would be crying in the car on the way home, just like, I don't know, I have a salad and a piece of chicken. I never wanted that to happen here. And the great thing about us doing that is that we've created rabid fans because they know there's a safe place for them to go and eat where they're not going to get sick and they're not left out and they can eat. We have gluten-free cannoli. When was, if you're a gluten-free person, when's the last time you're going to get one of those?
And
Never.
That's kind of where I was going to sort of go with this, because some of the items on your menu, you don't think there would even be a gluten-free equivalent of that.
No,
so that's pretty amazing, some of the stuff you're able to do.
Yeah. The thing is, there can be. And before we opened the place, we spent some time in Italy, and believe it or not, 2% of the Italian population has celiac disease, which is just insane to me. And there were so many choices, and We would go to pizzerias and have, like, if I put the two pieces of pizza side by side, you would never be able to tell the difference.
Wow.
And, my wife was on cloud nine when we were in Italy. So I wanted to recreate that here. It's not as difficult to do as you would think if you start in a place that's gluten-free. But going back, and if you're in a place that's got flour all over the place and all your fryers have had gluten in them, there's no going back from that once it's been cross-contaminated. So we started out with our own designated fryer. We have dishes that are green just for gluten-free food. I've tried to make it as brainless as possible. We don't even have regular breadcrumbs in the building. And so you, as a person who eats gluten, would never know the difference, but someone who is gluten-free is never going to get sick. Nobody will ever make that mistake of giving you the wrong thing.
Oh, wow. That's really impressive. When you're put like that, that's really impressive.
Yeah, and it's a lot more work, but people who are celiac, who are gluten-free, have chosen that lifestyle, really appreciate it because they know that it takes a little more effort.
Well, and I think, too, like our friends at Springer Mountain Pharmacy, they might agree, too. You can taste that work. You can absolutely tell the difference when somebody's putting that extra little bit of love in there, right?
Yeah, all of our Springer Mountain Farm chicken cutlets are breaded with gluten-free breadcrumbs.
I love it. Well, let's go ahead. While we're talking food, you got a plate in front of you, and it's kind of, I'm sitting here about to drool into this microphone. So tell me what this is. I'm about to get on here.
So this right here is our chicken Marcantonio, which is basically a chicken parm sandwich.
Okay.
And it's on our focaccia bread, roasted garlic rosemary focaccia.
Okay.
So let me give you the history of this. My buddy Steve Marcantonio is a Grammy Award winning engineer here in Nashville, and for years he was like, Nick, when are you going to put chicken parm on the menu? I was like, well, I can't really do that. So when we opened the place, I decided I was going to go chicken parm and call it the chicken Marcantonio. So there you have it. And for Italian Americans, it's like we kind of judge a place. Is their chicken parm good? How's the lasagna there? How's the meatball? If the meatball's good, we can go there. It's a respectable joint.
Do you get, if somebody's really old school, do they ask how the gravy is?
It's always the gravy, the sauce, the gravy. I will that will be a debate that will go on for the ages. And for me, New York, Italian American, on Sunday, if your mother put meat in the tomato sauce, it was gravy. End of discussion.
Okay, there we go. See, and I've always because I've been here my entire life. I've kind of wondered where you draw the line. So you just smartened me up a little bit.
That's where you draw the line. If there's no meat in it, then it's sauce.
Okay,
until that meat enters the pot.
Okay,
it's sauce. Once it's in there, you got gravy.
All right. Well, I'm gonna make some really good radio.
Get
here
in there, man.
Smack all over this mic for a second. Let's see what we got.
This is gonna make for great radio. Lots of chomping.
There you go.
Lots of chomping.
Feel free to do commentary if you'd like to.
Do you want me to do Ron Burgundy, Christopher Walken?
I want you to be comfortable. So whatever comes out.
Right now, Casey's digging into the chicken Marcantonio, and as we all know, Marcantonio means whale's elbow. We've all known that for years and years. It's a fact. I mean, look it up in your National Geographic or your Reader's Digest.
First off, this is amazing. And second, we've done a lot of these now, and this is the closest I've ever come to having the food shoot out of my nose. So thank you for that, Nick. I appreciate that.
Hey, that's 12-year-old humor. My 12-year-old humor never ends. If I can make something come out of your nose, I'm a hero.
Oh, I'm 41 going on 9. I understand.
I'm Jerry Lewis if I can make food come out of your nose.
Well, it also means you're huge in France, too.
Very, very, very big in France.
This is absolutely outstanding.
Thank you.
This is so good. And tell us what... I'm actually kind of lost now because it's that good.
We like Speechless. Speechless is good.
Speechless is
not
good.
for me, but for you.
Did we run through everything that's on the chicken?
Yeah, so that's a chicken breast. It's a boneless chicken breast. It's all natural breast that we get from Springer Mountain, and it's breaded with gluten-free breadcrumbs, and it's on our focaccia with fresh melted mozzarella. We make our mozzarella fresh every day here.
Oh wow!
All the focaccia is made fresh every day. The sausage is made in house. We're not going to show you how the sausage is made. Nobody wants that answer.
No, nobody needs to see that. Not that it's here, just that it's sausage.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Right. That's great.
It's not like a hot dog. Nobody wants to know that.
We're hanging out with Nick Pellegrino at Mangia today on Reservations, brought to you by Springer Mountain Farms. You know, what's great about this place is anymore, when you go somewhere that has a yard or kind of an outdoor, pit situation or whatever, everybody's playing cornhole.
Yeah.
You guys, on the other hand,
bocce, baby.
You're on brand. You got bocce courts.
I'm
right
all
here.
over it. If I was going to spend 24/7 at a place. I needed something to do, so I put a bocce court. I gave up 2 parking spots for this bocce court.
And in Nashville, I mean, that's a commitment.
Huge.
That's big.
Huge commitment. So yeah, we've got a bocce court outside. It's it's got crushed oyster shells. I mean, it's legit.
Very nice.
And we have a bocce league that we have on Tuesday nights. That just ended, the spring bocce league. But you can come anytime and say, hey, can we play some bocce? We'll give you the balls. You go outside and have at it.
Does the bocce league get a little rowdy?
It gets a little,
Yeah.
it's a little tense. Yeah. Where I grew up in Staten Island, every park had 2 or 3 bocce courts in it. And the old Italian guys would come every morning and they'd drink their homemade wine and smoke the little De Nobile cigars. We used to call them guinea stinkers. It was the nastiest cigar on the planet. But they would smoke it like it was the finest Cuban cigar you've ever seen. And they would play bocce. And as they drank more of that wine and the game would go on, they would be cursing each other in Italian, and inevitably, 2 guys would storm out, and that was it. The game over.
Right.
That's it. The next day, they came like nothing ever happened, and they'd start from scratch. And a different 2 guys would storm out, or maybe just one guy, and then they'd play and they'd talk about that guy for a couple hours.
Nice.
So we try to recreate that as much here. The cops haven't been called yet, so we're in good shape.
You'll get there.
We'll
Don't
get
worry.
there.
You'll
We'll get there. This always.
I have faith in you,
Thank
Nick.
you.
You'll get there. So we're hanging out at Mangia today on Reservations, and are you doing something special for Father's Day coming up?
Father's Day, we're having our Sunday supper.
Okay.
So basically, Sunday supper is like Sunday at your Italian grandma's house. Salad, pasta, gravy with sausage and meatballs.
Because once the meat goes in it,
Thank you,
it's
Casey.
gravy.
Very good.
Boom.
Very good. You get a little holy picture on your test paper.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, with basically Sunday supper, we do it on Mother's Day. We do it on Father's Day. It's great. It's $25 a person. It's a great meal. It's a lot of fun. You can go out and play bocce if you want. And
Storm out if you're so
you
inclined.
storm out. There's a
Sure.
lot of storming on Sundays. Somebody's always stormed out on Sundays. Can you believe they come over? They brought nothing, nothing. Not a piece of cake, not a cannoli. What about a bottle of wine? You can't come. You're going to come empty-handed. You know how Italian people knock
yeah.
on the door, right?
Oh, yeah.
With their foot, because their arms are full of food and booze.
Nice.
That's how we do it.
When we were talking about kind of the pop-up starting up, you mentioned catering. Now, you still, even to this day, you still cater events.
Yeah,
do you not?
man, we do catered events all the time.
And that's at is it mangianashville.com?
mangianashville.com. Go to the website, check it out. It's really cool. We just updated the website. Tells you our story. There's some cool video of the weekend feast if you want to check that out. There's always recipes that I do on there. And if you've got an event, you can have it here. You can have it at your place, whatever you want. We'd love to talk to you about it.
All right. You have a cheese-loving dog. Is that correct? Does your dog eat cheese?
My dog, Lord Buddy Pistachio, that's his name.
Lord Buddy Pistachio.
Lord Buddy Pistachio.
Okay.
Exactly. We always wanted a dog called Lord Pistachio, but then my son was so obsessed with Elf that he wanted to call the dog Buddy.
Right.
So we had a compromise, Lord Buddy Pistachio. I wanted to name the dog Larry.
Okay.
So I could just go, Larry! And the dog would come running.
Right.
I dreamed of that, just like De Niro on Raging Bull. Larry, you hear me, Larry? I'm going to come up and get that dog, Larry. So Larry did not win. Lord Buddy Pistachio won. He loves cheese.
Right.
He really digs the cheese.
And is he a connoisseur or just whatever, pretty much whatever he's given?
He's not really a connoisseur. He likes the cheese, and he likes it sprinkled on top of his kibble. He digs it. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess, I'm going on a limb here. You do karaoke nights out here.
Yeah,
on
Thursday
Thursdays.
night's karaoke night.
If somebody comes, what are the odds they're going to see you jump up mic in hand? Pretty good?
Pretty good.
I could see it.
Pretty good.
Karaoke song of choice?
Oh, man, I've been doing Living on a Prayer, which is really cool.
Right on.
And then I can't speak for 2 days. But
So the
I
people
know
who work here, do they like it when you do Living on a Prayer then?
Yeah, they like it the first 3 times. And then it's like,
But then
oh,
a couple
God.
days after.
A couple of days after, they
There you
like it
go.
when I don't speak. Yeah, it's really good.
That's
I remember
awesome.
when I lost my voice, and my wife was like, "How did you lose your voice?" I said, "Well, I was singing Hell's Bells in the car on the way home last night. I nailed it." She goes, "Well, that's why you lost your voice, of course." So anyway, it's I can still hit the notes, just not every day.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So you save it becomes more special. Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, Nick Pellegrino, thank you so much for having us out here at Mangia. You can find him at mangianashville.com, MANGIA Nashville, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. If you're looking for catering, if you're looking for something to do on the weekend, again, go to mangianashville.com. Also, they can get delivery from the website, too. Is that
Absolutely,
correct?
yeah. All the delivery services, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Amazon, Postmates. If you're lazy, get it. You could be a block away, or you could come in and have a drink and hang out on the patio. The patio's open now when it's not 1,000 degrees outside.
Play some bocce ball and storm
Play some
out.
bocce ball. We'll yell. We'll scream. It'd be just like real Italians do. That's what we do it.
Well, Nick Pellegrino, thank you very much.
Thank
bud.
you.
And again, you've been listening to Reservations here on Lightning 100, hanging out at Mangia, Nashville, 701 Craighead. And the whole show made possible by our friends at Springer Mountain Farms. They're at SpringerMountainFarms.com. Go to SpringerMountainFarms.com and learn why they say that a chicken that's raised better tastes better.